Marginally, Democrats move to the left a little bit with like bold policy proclamations, and immediately they're like, do you know how fucking tiny the profit margins are at corporations? Like, what are you saying, dude? Look, like, dude, there's no better representation of like that kind of propaganda being impossible to undo than this. Like, look at this, bro. Look at this. Kamala Harris to call for federal ban on price gouging in Friday speech. It's communism. Like, literally, government price controls on consumer goods. That's it. That's all he had to say for like 26,000 delusional assholes who have been rightfully, understandably angry about corporate prices and like groceries to just like immediately be like, oh, I don't want that. Communism. I don't want that. Oh, so you don't want cheaper groceries. Got it. No. It's cool, man. Yeah. These groceries just cost me $327. They should ban price gouging. No, that's communism. I mean, it is true. That is what it is. That's all you need to fucking say for some of these goddamn losers. Trump literally said that in the speech Q&A. All we have to do is call it communism and we win. And Americans are so fucking delusional. They just literally hear that and they go, ah! Like this guy. Yes, let's have the federal government build homes and control grocery food prices. What could go wrong? Yeah, you could fucking have an affordable existence for once. I know, it's a terrifying prospect, dumbass. It's no different than Donald Trump literally fucking saying, why is Sweden, Norway, and even China's education system better than ours? And then immediately in the same breath, turning around and being like, that's why we have to abolish the Department of Education. Be for fucking real, dog. Like, you think that's what they did? You think that's why their education system is better than ours? Dumbass. But people are that dumb. They literally don't know any better. And the Democrats don't message adequately. They don't. They run away from good policies because they're also beholden to the same fucking corporate masters. They're servile little pigs in the same exact way that the Republicans are. Well, not in the same exact way, because Republicans openly demonstrate their servile pig status on a daily basis and then change the attention back to like trans people or black people. You know what I mean?
Vice President Kamala Harris will unveil a proposed ban on price gouging. Now, Kamala's narrative is that inflation isn't real. Grocery stores are just too greedy, charging extra money for no reason. This is ridiculous. If any of you know how grocery store margins work, they are the thinnest margins of any.
Yeah, dude, this is some real populist narratives right here. Hey, boys, I love that right-wing populism immediately falling apart. Immediately. Democrats have to literally within an ass hair move to the left. Like, just a little bit, okay? Marginally, Democrats move to the left a little bit with like bold policy proclamations, and immediately they're like, do you know how fucking tiny the profit margins are at corporations? Like, what are you saying, dude? What the fuck are you saying? Have you seen Walmart? What are you talking about? We give Walmart $6.2 billion in subsidies per year. They made $147 billion in profit in 2023. It's also like 50% owned by the Walton family still. So like they literally, there's like 7 people that we gave half of $147 billion in profit to. And these motherfuckers are still like, it's not enough. Permanent profits. It's not enough. Fucking die. Fucking die. If you're working poor, you deserve death. You deserve death and destruction. Because we need to move profit margins by 1 extra percent, which means like $7 gorillion for 7 people. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's the working poor saying the same shit too. They don't know any better, brother. They don't know any better. They've never lived in a world where like we've actually moved in a leftward direction. With the exception of some civil liberties, we've never actually seen any kind of like economic prosperity. That's why.
Any store, any, let's just say market out there. The Democrats are trying to say, well, corporations are greedy and they're just price gouging. We know why prices are going up. When you have more dollars in the system than goods and services, prices go up. Inflation is the most proven way to crush an economy in a country. Government overspending is the reason why you get inflation. And Kamala Harris was the tie-breaking vote on trillions of dollars of unnecessary government overspending that flooded the zone with dollar bills and has raised your grocery prices. So now she's saying we are going to do.
He's straight up defending corporations here and not even doing a good enough job like tying it back to the individual consumer and how this will harm them.
That flooded the zone with dollar bills and has raised your grocery prices. So now she's saying we are going to do price controls. This is terrifying. If she were to win, she would then be at war against one of the most firmly settled rules of economics. Literally 1700 years ago, the Roman Emperor Diocletian tried to stop inflation with an edict on prices.
Wow. Real working class hero, Charlie Kirk over here, dude. He's fucking killing it with this rant. What are you doing? Oh, okay. I don't have any gum here. Oh, I do?
And it failed. During the French Revolution, the revolutionary government passed the law on the maximum, capping prices on food. It failed. Instead, what did it lead to? Famine. If you come in with price controls, you are going to have food shortages.
Why? Walk me through it. Are you saying that we are at the behest of corporate entities that will refuse to continue producing? First and foremost, there is not a single agricultural producer in this fucking country that does not open up their hand and take billions of dollars in subsidies from Big Daddy government in an effort to already keep prices adjusted. Okay? So if they say no, okay, seize them. Seize those fucking agricultural producers and bring them under the big banner of government. Okay? Oh, I'm sorry. You're going to go against the American government? What are you, fucking crazy? This is why I don't have that much of an issue with like the way that China operates. Can you imagine a world in which like agricultural producers in China go against the Chinese government? They're like, excuse me, sir. We actually want to make sure that we keep prices high. Can you imagine? Like immediately they'd be like, good one. Okay, you're going to jail. That's it. That's it. What a ridiculous, nonsensical proposition. There is no world in which our agricultural producers do not fucking operate without American subsidies. We pay for that, jackass. We pay for those subsidies, and then they still turn around and they're going to do what? They're just not going to produce food at reasonable levels? Oh, no. What? Oh, no. That's so sad, bro. That's so sad. They're just not going to produce because they're going to limit supply because they can't make a tidy profit margin. Okay. Institute the Defense Production Act instantly. And if they don't comply, seize it. No, I know. Seize it.
Kamala Harris has been saying time and time again, it's time for us to do more from the federal government. The Washington Post comes out and reports that she wants to come in with federal price controls on your groceries. Same reason why rent control doesn't work in New York, San Francisco, and D.C. They don't have lower rent. They have the highest rent in the country and constant housing shortfalls.
Yeah. Subsidies for corporations is ingrained in the Republican platform. Necessities and groceries should be fixed margin, low profitable businesses. Kroger and Walmart could be nationalized, and it would improve the working class living by a vast amount. Solve wealth inequality. This is not communism, a Red Scare tactic. This is smart economics. Why are you covering your mouth? I was telling Austin secrets, state secrets. Republicans, inflation is a huge issue. Biden and Kamala own it. We need to check these corporations. Propose a ban on price gouging. This is unacceptable and disqualifying. Worst policy ever. These idiots aren't even trying. Just be honest and say policy is irrelevant to you and you're against the Democrats no matter what. Spare us the time and fake outrage. You can't identify a farm. Dude, shut the fuck up. Immediately trying to hit like an American mythical farmer, you know? Bitch, the farmers are also suffering from fucking corporate price gouging. Okay? What, the farmer eats his own corn? Is that all he's doing? He's just shoving corn in his asshole? That's what it is? The farmers that you give a fuck about are the ones who own the farms. Okay? That's it. But the farmers that you constantly bring up as a defensive shield are also getting ass blasted by goddamn corporate price gouging. Look at that. Greedflation caused more than half of last year's inflation surge. Study finds as corporate profits remain at all-time highs. Wow. Shocking. From the communists over at fucking Fortune, dude. This is why I was saying, like, a lot of people constantly fucking lie and yell at leftists and progressives for saying objective truths. Being a leftist is about being right just too early, always and forever. Okay? And people still get negatively polarized against you, and then they just move on. They might arrive at your position. They might arrive at your position a year later, 2 years later, 3 years later, when it's far too late down the line, and it still doesn't fucking matter. You know what I mean? Because they already have that resentment towards you. That's it, though. It's always the same. Same shit with Israel. Same shit with swapping out Kamala Harris, or swapping out Biden with Kamala Harris. That's why I say history will absolve me no matter what. Okay? We've been saying it's fucking greedflation, that corporations have just kept prices high and increased it regardless. And it's like, oh, you're just making that up. You just hate the wealthy. You just keep saying wealthy people bad. That's it.
Ahead of her speech in North Carolina, Harris's campaign announced support for over a dozen economic policies aimed at reducing costs for American families, some surpassing President Joe Biden's promises. Key proposals including eliminating medical debt for millions, implementing a first ever ban on grocery and food price gouging, capping prescription drug costs, offering a $25,000 subsidy for first time home buyers, and introducing a $6,000 per child tax credit for the first year of a baby's life. Harris also proposed reinstating the Biden administration's child tax credit, which expired in 2021, raising benefits for most families from $2,000 to $3,000 per child. These initiatives signal Harris's approach to economic policy, reinforcing the party's trajectory under Biden towards more assertive government intervention in the economy.
CNN Business News study this year says it's not okay, dude. Yeah, no, definitely. Please believe me, okay? Please believe me. It is not actually corporations keeping prices high. It's not. It's actually, they just have no other way. They just have no other way to do it. Remember when they said that about the fucking bird flu too? Like, never let a good crisis go to waste. Corporations have one speed. They're always going to lie to you. Remember when I told you Walgreens was fucking lying when they said that they were closing up shop in Oakland and in San Francisco because of retail theft and it was getting out of control for them, and that's why they were closing up shop in San Francisco? And I told you that that was a lie, that they were trying to use a very popular narrative that was already fucking running amok in the media to shelter the truth, to hide the real reason. It's because Amazon is cleaning out their fucking pockets, and brick and mortar sales are too fucking costly because real estate prices affect them negatively as well. Okay? Remember when I told you that and everyone told me I was a fucking radical, that I love crime, and I just like don't want to admit that black people are doing crime all the time or some shit, like, you know, racialized sentiments in the chat over and over again. And then a year later, the fucking CFO of Walgreens was like, yeah, my bad. We actually lied about that completely. Yeah, I live in a gated community, and that's why I don't understand it. That's what they were saying. People love talking about how I live in a gated community, apparently. News to me, by the way, whenever they're defending Walgreens. Doesn't your house have a gate? Yes, it does. I had to fucking fix it with my bare hands earlier today. And I was thinking about it. I was talking to Murad about it, actually. I had to get that motor oil in my fucking hands and elbows, you know, get a little bit of elbow grease. And I was thinking about it this morning. I was like, one, it feels really good when you actually do have to like fix shit. If you do specifically fix the shit. If you don't, it feels bad. But I was thinking, like, there ain't no fucking way Ben Shapiro's ever doing anything like that. It is a good feeling when you when something breaks and you have the capacity to fix it. It feels really good. And you are fat. Okay. He bought a piece of lumber at Home Depot. Why are you thinking about Ben Shapiro while fixing your door, Lamau? It's because a lot of these guys, like, I can't imagine them ever doing something normal, like a normal human being. You know what I mean? Like, they LARP in this way, but like, I don't LARP about it. I openly explain to you that, like, I'm incapable of doing a lot of this normal shit. Okay? They LARP as though they're like the everyman. I don't, but there are moments where I am doing some shit like that, and it feels good, and those guys would never be able to do it. Anyway, you fix your own HVAC machine? No, the extent of my fixing my own HVAC is shutting it on and off. That's it. Bro, there ain't no fucking way, dude. There ain't no fucking way. That Iraqi wizard chatter is so fucking stupid, dude. No, I know. I literally mentioned this. I mentioned this story. I did. Yo, dudes, I'm back. Please, not World War III. Yeah, World War III is not happening, which is good. It's a good thing. Yeah, also, this is another thing I've been fucking yelling about nonstop. Pledging arms embargo on Israel would help Harris gain more voter support. Poll. Harris's aides previously rejected outright that the vice president would agree to stop sending Israel weapons. Except survey conducted by YouGov and the Institute for Middle East Understanding polled voters on whether they would be more likely or less likely to vote for Harris. And remember what I kept saying over and over again? I just want to reiterate this, okay? You lose 0 votes for this. You only stand to gain. You only stand to benefit. Pennsylvania, 34% of voters were more likely to vote for Harris if she agreed to the arms embargo, while 44% were more likely to vote for her if Biden achieved the ceasefire. In Georgia, an arms embargo will make 39% of voters more likely to vote for Harris, and a ceasefire would similarly make 44% of voters more likely to choose the vice president. Arizona showed similar numbers, 35% of voters more inclined to choose Harris if she agreed to an arms embargo on Israel, while 41% of voters would do so if Biden achieved a ceasefire. The new poll comes ahead of the Democratic National Convention taking place on August 19th to 22nd in Chicago. I've been saying this non-fucking stop, okay? Non-stop. There you go. You didn't even need the poll to understand this. You could look at previous polls to understand this, okay? It's just so stupid. Also, some decent polls. One new poll coming out of Montana showing Tester up 5 points, okay? This was a hotly contested race over Sheehy at 44. Where is it? Prem was like posting the things. I remember thinking it's so whack that nothing historical happens while I live, and now with Corona fascism on the rise and climate change right in front of us, I just want to go back to 2010. Yeah. Lol, Tester is not +5. He's probably going to lose. I mean, I'm just saying there's like new polling that indicates that he's doing better than prior. Here it is. 113 journalists, 20 outlets, and 7 press freedom organizations have written to Anthony Blinken urging the U.S. to stop sending weapons to Israel. By providing Israel with the weapons used to kill journalists, the State Department is abetting Israel's violent suppression of journalism. It's like what you said, between the polls and the protesters, it's Kamala's votes to lose. Yes. What are your thoughts on Alan Lichtman's election predictions? Is that the fucking 13 keys guy? Because you can shove all 13 of those keys up your ass if you legitimately take that shit seriously, okay? Give me a fucking break, Mr. 13 keys. Oh, don't drop Biden. This would be a horrible decision. How the fuck can anybody take this guy seriously at this point? Don't drop Biden, guys. The 13 keys that I made up. Motherfucker reads tea leaves, acts like it's a hard science. Like, get the fuck out of here. That guy. How many elections does he need to get right before you respect him? I will never. Okay? I don't care. He is basically the poli-sci equivalent of that fucking octopus that always predicts the elections right. Get the fuck out of here. Okay? It's like that one. Yeah, it's like every election season, there's like one animal that like always made the right predictions. Like
tacos and
what is
like
that?
black,
like mayonnaise and tuna? What are you doing?
pretty much ground beef and cheese.
That's
and,
okay. Do you put any flavor in it?
No.
Oh.
Here's the deal. No, they said to be careful and let her know this, that black pepper is the top of the spice level in Minnesota, you know.
I'm the first vice president, I believe, who has ever grown chili peppers.
I'm trying to expand my food knowledge.
You know what? We've got some cantaloupes. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Like I have white.
he doesn't make his prediction till October. I don't care, dude. I still don't care. That didn't stop him from fucking chirping about not swapping out Biden. Okay? The fuck do you mean? You think I forget? You think I would let that shit slide? Are you out of your mind? Anyway, look, chat. This is unironically one of the only days where I'll be hitting you with a fucking half day because I want to do right by my friend QT Cinderella, who is conducting a massive Beyblade tournament.
During his heated news conference on Thursday, former President Donald Trump made a revealing admission: "I'm very angry at her." He was referring to Vice President Kamala Harris, whose late entry into the general election has left him bitter, disoriented, and longing for the old campaign, where he believed he was winning against President Joe Biden. Trump's frustration was evident in a self-pitying and angry tirade at his New Jersey golf club, raising concerns about the direction of his efforts to regain power. In 2016, Trump stormed into the Oval Office by breaking all political norms with his unfiltered rhetoric, which energized Republican voters seeking an anti-establishment shakeup. But 8 years later, his act is wearing thin. especially now that he faces a younger, more dynamic opponent instead of the 81-year-old Biden. Trump's inability to focus on key issues such as the economy is exasperating his strategists as he misses opportunities to exploit Harris's vulnerabilities, giving her the chance to strengthen her campaign and close Biden's polling gaps. If you found this video informative, then make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. And thanks for watching.